What's an excuse to call off work that a boss can't argue with? I used to think there wasn't one. That's why for 3 years, I never missed a day at Grayson Financial. Not when I had the flu, not when my grandmother died, not even when a blizzard shut down the entire city. Dedication separates the winners from the losers, Mr. Grayson would say during our morning meetings, his eyes lingering on me. Some people make excuses, others make results. I was determined to be the latter. I needed this job. My student loans weren't paying themselves, and entry-level financial analysts were replaceable, especially ones without Ivy League degrees. So when my son Elijah woke up with a 102-degree fever on the morning of the Keller presentation, I panicked. "Mommy, my throat hurts," he whimpered, his small body radiating heat against mine. I called my mom, my sister, and 3 neighbors. Nobody could babysit. Daycare wouldn't take him with a fever. With trembling fingers, I dialed Mr. Grayson's direct line. "Sir, I'm so sorry, but my son is really sick, and the Keller presentation is in 3 hours, Andrea." His voice was cold. "They're bringing 5 potential investors. Do you understand what's at stake?" "Yes, but we've been preparing for weeks. Your section is critical." "I know, but he has no one else. There's always a solution that doesn't involve missing work. Figure it out." The line went dead. I looked at Elijah, curled on the couch with his favorite dinosaur plush. His eyes were glassy, cheeks flushed. "Baby, I'm so sorry, but you have to come to work with mommy today." I packed a bag with medicine, his iPad, coloring books, and snacks. In the office bathroom, I splashed cold water on my face and whispered, "Just get through today." I set Elijah up in the small conference room adjacent to where the presentation would happen. "Stay quiet, okay? Color your pictures. I'll check on you every chance I get." He nodded weakly. The Keller team arrived, men in expensive suits with firm handshakes. I could feel Mr. Grayson's approving nod as I distributed the prospectuses I'd prepared. 20 minutes into my portion of the presentation, I heard it. A small, pitiful cough, followed by the unmistakable sound of vomiting. The room went silent. "Excuse me," I said, rushing next door. Elijah had thrown up all over himself in the carpet. His little body shook with sobs. "I'm sorry, Mommy," he cried. I tried to hold it. Mr. Grayson appeared in the doorway, his face twisted with anger and embarrassment. "What is the meaning of this?" Something inside me broke. "This," I said, lifting my son into my arms, "is what happens when you force parents to choose between caring for their sick children and keeping their jobs." One of the Keller executives stepped forward, a woman I hadn't noticed before. "Is this your son?" she asked gently. I nodded, humiliation burning my cheeks. "I'm Susan Keller," she said, "and I'd like to know why a sick child is at your office instead of home." The room went still. Mr. Grayson stammered about dedication and exceptional circumstances. Susan raised her hand, silencing him. "I built my company while raising 3 kids as a single mother. The presentation can wait. Take your son home." 2 weeks later, Grayson Financial lost the Keller account. 3 months later, I was hired directly by Keller International, with flexible hours, remote work options, and twice my previous salary. Last month, Mr. Grayson called me, asking if I'd consider coming back. "What's an excuse to call off work that a boss can't argue with?" I asked him. He was silent for a moment. "I suppose I deserved that." "The answer," I said, "is that when you have the right boss, you don't need excuses. You just need the truth." I hung up and went to help Elijah with his homework, no longer afraid of choosing what truly mattered.